game number 4 of the CSKN NBA Finals. It is a win or go home situation. A win for the Racers would have a Game 5 back in Terre Haute in a couple days, but a loss would clinch the title for the Arrows. Zach Ellett led Arrows facing the Jonathan Stevenson-led Racers. Welcome to the Centerbrook Drive-In Court for potentially the last game here of the season. The Racers, they are in a battle to potentially win this game. Let's meet the starting 5. The Arrows have Harvey Delk, Zach Ellett, Isaiah Hill, Brady Klavenstein, and Tyler Wren. While the Racers have Cooper Dunbar, Jonathan Stevenson, Landon Lampley, Jackson Gordon, and Nash Sigmund. Sigmund gets a call to start for the Racers, and Hill and Delk the start for the Arrows. And we are underway, and already almost a huge mistake by the Racers. Dunbar has it back to Gordon. Gordon has the ball. Jackson Gordon for 3. Great start for the Racers. This is what they needed. Here's Ellett. Ellett has the ball. Stevenson covering. Zach Ellett for 2. The Arrows, they are trying to win the finals in a sweep here tonight. Dunbar gives it back to Lampley. Lampley to Stevenson. Stevenson for 2. Now here's Wren. He gives it back to Delk. How about Harvey Delk? His first time starting in a really long time. His first start in the playoffs. Delk to Klavenstein. Klavenstein will miss the 3. Stevenson rebound. Now here's Dunbar. The crowd is roaring in Centerton. Stevenson back to Lampley. Back to Stevenson. Stevenson to Dunbar. Here's Dunbar. He looks. Dunbar to Stevenson. Stevenson for 2. And the Racers are hot to start tonight's game. Delk has the ball. The pass to Klavenstein. Klavenstein back to Delk. Back to Ellett. Ellett to Wren. Here's Tyler Wren. Pass to Klavenstein. And Klavenstein will miss the other 3. His second missed 3. It's Dunbar with the ball. Dunbar has it. Cooper Dunbar. He will miss the 3. They had a chance to go up by 8. Now it's Hill. Pass to Klavenstein. Klavenstein there. Almost loses it. Brady Klavenstein for 2. Now it's back down to a 3-point lead. The Racers had a chance to go up by 8. But the 3 missed. But Sigmund, he will miss the 2. Wren back to Delk. Harvey Delk for 2. And the Arrows offense is back going. A slow start by the Arrows. And now they're coming alive. Gordon has the ball. Back to Stevenson. Stevenson to Lampley. Landon Lampley for 2. 3-point lead for the Racers. The Racers, they're taking into fact that this might be the last game of the year if they lose. Wren goes up for 2. You can see it. I can see it. The Racers do not want to lose this game. Dunbar has the ball. Covered by Delk. Now it's Stevenson with it. Stevenson there. Covered by Ellett. Here's Stevenson. Stevenson passing Dunbar. Dunbar there. Cooper Dunbar. He will miss the 3. The 3-pointers are not falling for Dunbar like it should be. Here's Delk. Harvey Delk misses the 3. Tipped. But a rebound by Stevenson. Now it's Gordon. Gordon has the ball. Back to Dunbar. Back to Gordon. Gordon to Stevenson. Stevenson looks. Back to Gordon. To Dunbar. Cooper Dunbar will miss the 2. Last night, both teams had 12 threes. Now it's Wren that has it. Back to Hill. Hill to Ellett. Ellett there. To Delk. Harvey Delk misses the three. You can see the Arrows are trying to take the lead. Gordon with the ball, covered by Klovenstein. Now it's Sigmund. Sigmund has the ball, back to Dunbar. Dunbar there. To Lampley again. Here's Lampley. Pass to Stevenson. Stevenson goes up, he will miss. Hill with the rebound. Hill back to Klovenstein, now here's Delk. Delk back to Hill. Isaiah Hill misses the three. Rebound by Lampley. Lampley to Gordon, back to Dunbar. Here's Dunbar. He looks, goes up for two. He gets fouled on the way up by Zach Ellett. It's 11-8. Vogt and Ridgway coming into the game. And Stoudemeyer as well. Weldy and Irwin into the game now for the Racers. Here's Dunbar. He's going to make the free throw. 12-8 here in Centerton. Here's Ellett. He has the ball. Lampley covering. Ellett keeps it himself. Zach Ellett will miss the two. Irwin rebound. Back to Sigmund. Sigmund there. He's going to take it. He will score. Sigmund for two. Vogt pass to Ellett. Zach Ellett. He will make the two-pointer from up close. That was a big pass, though, by the Arrows. And that shows you that the Racers' defense didn't want to hold there. Sigmund has it, almost going out of bounds. Nash Sigmund will miss the two. Klovenstein rebound. Now it's Cap. Here's Ellett with it. Ellett looks, goes up for two. He will miss. Lampley has the ball. Lampley back to Irwin. Now it's Dunbar. Dunbar has the ball. Covered there by Vogt. Now it's Irwin. Irwin there. Time running out. Irwin has it back to Dunbar. Cooper Dunbar from deep misses a three, but that's not going to do anything. The Racers have the 4-point lead entering the second quarter. It was a fast first quarter and a great first quarter. Two great offenses going at it. Arrows struggling early. The Racers have the lead. And we welcome you back here to Centerton. The Racers are up by 4. It will be Arrows basketball. Julian Vogt has the ball. From covering. Here's Vogt. Vogt, the pass to Klovenstein. Here's Klovenstein for two. Irwin gives it to Crum. It's Carter Crum that has the ball. How about Garrett Irwin finally playing? Here's Weldy. Levi Weldy for three. Big three-pointer by the Racers. Klovenstein has the ball. Covered by Sigmund. Here's Klovenstein. Klovenstein there. Has it. Back to Vogt. Julian Vogt. Misses a three. Garrett Irwin rebound. Pass to Sigmund. Sigmund has it. Pass to Crum. Here's Crum. Crum looks. Back to Sigmund. Nash Sigmund for three. And the Arrows continue to struggle as the Racers pull away. They're up by 8. They're finally up by 8. How about that? Miller to Klovenstein. Klovenstein to Vogt. Vogt has it. Keeps it himself. Julian Vogt. He will miss. Grant gives it to his brother Garrett. Back to Crum. Here's Carter Crum. He has the ball. Back to Grant. Grant Irwin with the slam. Ridgway is in a poster, and it is a 10-point lead for the Racers. And this is the Centerton offense we saw in the Eastern Conference Finals against Carmel. Vogt has the ball. Timeout, Arrows. Folks, can we see a Game 5? The Racers lead it by 10. As the Arrows continue to struggle, the Racers continue to score. The Racers, they are scoring a lot tonight. But the question is, will they get tired in the fourth quarter? Remember, like I said last night, the first three quarters do not count. The fourth quarter is all that matters. Julian Vogt for three. Vogt makes a three-pointer. Now it's back down to a 7-point lead. Here's Dunbar. Dunbar to Lampley. Lampley has it. Landon Lampley will miss the two. Tipped. Goes out of bounds. Centerton will retain basketball. Looks like Grant Irwin is holding his hip, but Carter Crum is back into the game. Here's Weldy. Gives it to Lampley. Lampley to Sigmund. Nash Sigmund misses a three. Vogt with the rebound. Vogt pass to Delk. Harvey Delk with a slam. The Arrows offense can still score. We saw that in the first quarter. They got it down close, but they couldn't tie it up. Cooper Dunbar misses the three. Delk with the rebound. This is what we saw last night. The Arrows had a 10-point lead going in the second quarter, and then the Racers came back. And now Ellett for two, and the Arrows are down by three. Here's Dunbar. Has the ball. Looking to keep it himself. Back to Lampley. And Sigmund will tip it back in. 24-19. You can tell that the Racers are trying right now to keep the lead. But the Arrows offense is just too good. Like that. Not like that though. Klovenstein misses a three. Sigmund has the ball. Sigmund has it. Keeps it himself. Back to Lampley. Lampley almost loses it, but he will score. Lampley for two. Vogt. Pass to Ridgeway. Paul Ridgeway with the slam. Timeout Centerton. It's a 5-point lead for the Racers. And we welcome you back to Centerton. Stevenson leads the playoffs in field goal percentage. The Racers trying to win Game 4 and force a Game 5 in Terre Haute. But the Arrows trying to come back and get this win and so that they don't have to go home and play another game. It's Weldy. Weldy back to Lampley. Back to Dunbar. Here's Crum. Back to Stevenson. Stevenson has it. Stevenson goes up and will score. 7-point game. The one thing I have not talked about. Hang on a second. It's Miller for two. The one thing I have not talked about. This series could be the last series for a while that Cap Ellett is not on the Arrows. Here's Crum. Back to Stevenson. Stevenson will go up and score. It seems like we are hearing that Klovenstein and Ellett will be traded. So Isaiah Hill will be staying with the Arrows. Jahari Miller for three. Big time three-pointer by Jahari Miller. Miller will be getting better in the offseason. Now here's Dunbar. Dunbar has the ball. Back to Stevenson. It's Stevenson. He looks back to Dunbar. Dunbar looks. He keeps it himself. Cooper Dunbar will miss the three. It's Delk with the rebound. Delk has it. Pass to Miller. Miller to Ellett. Set Ellett for three. Here comes the Arrows. The Arrows offense getting them back into this one. 1-point lead for the Racers. Here's Dunbar. Has it back to Crum. Crum Passing Lampley. Layden Lampley keeps the lead for the Racers. 33-29 now. A great first half of basketball. Here's Boat. Boat has it, keeps it himself. From looking, back to Ellett. Zach Ellett for 2. It's a 2-point lead for the Racers. Time running out in the first half. Here's Dunbar. Dunbar has it. He looks. Dunbar goes up. He will miss. Ellett rebound. Ellett from deep will miss. 2-point lead. The Racers have the lead after the first half. Halftime is getting underway. The Nova Rain halftime show. It's an upset going on in Game 4. You are watching the Nova Rain halftime show. Welcome in to the halftime show, folks. Game 4 is well underway. Halftime here. And what a game, what a start for the Racers. The Racers are not struggling tonight. They have a 2-point lead. They have controlled this game from the very start. It's been a very good game. But the Arrows keep on clawing back. You can see it. Centerton, 0 wins the series, looking to take a game in the series. But the Arrows looking to win the finals tonight. They're only down by 2. They still have that good chance of winning. It ain't over until the final buzzer. Lampley and Ellett are your top performers tonight. The Racers lead it by 2 going into the second half. Thanks for watching the Nova Rain halftime show. Back live from Centerton. The question is now, did Centerton use too much energy in the first half to keep their lead against Terre Haute? Zach Ellett's first half, though, was outstanding. He was a guy to keep the lead close. It is a 2-point game as the third quarter is about to get underway. Here we go. The Arrows will have the ball. It's dealt back to Ellett. Ellett has the ball. To Wren. Wren has it. Passing, dealt. Dealt to Ellett. Zach Ellett misses a 3. Rebound by Dunbar. Now it's Gordon. Gordon passes to Lampley. Layden Lampley misses the 2. Like I said, did they use too much energy? And was the Arrows saving their energy for the second half and maybe the fourth quarter? Clovenstein, Wren, dealt, now it's Cap. Zach Ellett goes up, misses the 2. Sigmund rebound. Sigmund back to Stevenson. Here's Stevenson. Pass to Dunbar. Dunbar has it. Looks, keeps it himself. Dunbar will miss the 3. Hill rebound. Pass there. Now here's Delp. He will tie the game. We are tied up at 33. The Arrows look strong in this one. They were down the entire first half. Now they will tie it up at the beginning of the second half. Here's Lampley. The pass to Stevenson. Stevenson for 2. The Racers are continuing to play good. Stevenson has 10 points tonight. And Hill with the slam. Big pass by Delp. Here's Dunbar. He has the ball. Dunbar back to Lampley. Here's Lampley. The pass to Stevenson again. Stevenson from inside the paint once again. He makes another one. 12 points tonight. Delp back to Hill. Here's Hill. Pass to Clovenstein for the lead. He drains it. The Arrows take the lead for the first time tonight. It is really shocking to say that. This is the Arrows' first lead of the night. Now it's Lampley that has the ball. Are they going to retake the lead? Stevenson to Gordon. Gordon will answer back. Timeout Arrows. Gordon for 3, and the Racers are back up by 2. This is setting up to be a really fun finish. 3:35 left in the third quarter. We still have a bunch of time left to see a blowout in the fourth quarter, but right now, the way it's shaking, it's going to be a really fun finish. The Racers are kind of struggling. They aren't, though. It's been a really decent game tonight. The Racers aren't really struggling that much as they lead it by 2. Here's Delk. He has the ball. Are they going to try to take the lead or tie it up? Delk to Kloppenstein. They're going to the conservative route. They tie it up. Tie it at 40. 40-40 now. Here's Dunbar. Dunbar has the ball, covered by Delk. Dunbar, the pass to Stevenson. Stevenson to Gordon. Gordon for 3. Jackson Gordon might be the guy that is keeping the Racers in this series and in this game. Here's Cap Ellett. Zach Ellett there has the ball back to Kloppenstein. Kloppenstein back to Hill. Hill looks. Pass to Ellett. Zach Ellett misses the 3. Gordon rebound. Big time rebound by Gordon. Now here's Lampley. Lampley there. Loses the ball. Rebound by the Arrows. And Kloppenstein will put it in with the dunk. They are down by 1. You can see they are going the aggressive route now. They want that lead. Lampley back to Stevenson. Can they hold the lead and pull away? Lampley to Sigmund. Back to Stevenson. Stevenson to Gordon. Jackson Gordon will miss the 3. Now here's Kloppenstein. Kloppenstein there. Back to Delk. Harvey Delk. He will miss the 3. They tried to take a 2-point lead. Now it's Lampley. Lampley to Dunbar. Dunbar to Sigmund. Pass to Gordon. Gordon's been outstanding tonight. Jackson Gordon. He will miss the 3. Ellett rebound. Now here's Hill. Hill. Back to Delk. He almost loses it. Back to Ellett. Ellett to Wren. Tyler Wren for the lead. And the Arrows lead it by 1. Timeout Centerton. A really fun game shaping up in the third here from Centerton. Back live from the Centerbrook Drive-In Court. The Arrows looked really, really good tonight. Hill leads the league in rebounds per game this season with 5.3 per game. Now, here we go. It's Crum. He has a ball. Crum back to Sigmund. Nash Sigmund responds. He gets a 3. Vogt has the ball now. Vogt. Are they going to respond with the 3 or are they going to tie it up? Isaiah Hill misses the 3. Irwin rebound. Now it's Sigmund. Pass back to Crum. Carter Crum has it. Back to Weldy. Levi Weldy for 3. The Racer offense is on fire. The Arrows only have 4 threes tonight. Miller has the ball. He looks on. Gives it to Kloppenstein. Kloppenstein has it. Pass back to Miller. Here's Miller. Miller looks. Keeps it himself. He goes up for 2. I can tell you what, although the Arrows have only made 4 threes, they are still in this one as Stevenson slams it in. But it will take a lot of threes in the fourth quarter to potentially win this one. Here's Vogt. He has the ball. Vogt has it. Covered by Crum. Here's Julian Vogt. He looks. Here's Vogt. Stolen by Crum. And the Racers are going to lead it after the third quarter. It's a 5-point lead after the third. Still a really fun game. The fourth quarter is coming up. The Racers might be wondering, what do we do now? The Racers lead it after the third quarter. They have led every game. I mean, not every game. They have led every quarter tonight. They've led entering each quarter. Now, they are one quarter away from forcing a Game 5. Here's Crum. Back to Dunbar. It's Cooper Dunbar. Back to Irwin. Grant Irwin there. Grant Irwin will miss the two. Vogt has a rebound. Back to Miller. Here's Jahari Miller. He has it. Back to Vogt. Julian Vogt misses the three. Now the next question is, do the Racers tire out near the end of the fourth? Dunbar misses the three. And will the Arrows get hot near the end? Vogt has it. Back to Ellett. Here's Delk. Delk has it. Harvey. Delk misses a two. It's a foul by Ridgeway. We did hear from our higher-ups, though, about the trades next season from the head coach of Terre Haute. Zach Ellett is safe. He will stay with the Arrows next season. Irwin rebound and a block by Ridgeway. Ellett will be safe during the first trade, and Ridgeway will score for the Arrows. He dunks it in. What a turn of events by Paul Ridgeway. Not only by the Arrows, but Ridgeway himself. A block and now a dunk. From back to Welty, back to Dunbar. Dunbar will miss the three. Here's Miller. Miller, the pass to Delk. Harvey, Delk for two. And this is what I was talking about. The Racers looking like that. They are struggling in this one. Timeout Racers. It is a 1-point lead. The Racers have not scored yet in the fourth, and they are struggling early in this one. And we welcome you back here to Centerton. The crowd roars. They are on their feet. They're watching their favorite team. They're watching their Centerton Racers take it to the Arrows in Game 4. They have led the entire game. Only twice did they give up the lead in the third quarter. And that's it. Now the Arrows have a chance to win this. It is a 1-point lead, but can the Racers pull away? Gordon gives it to Irwin. Grant Irwin will go up. He will score. Make it a 3-point lead. You know what? The Racers are clutch tonight. Here's Vogt. Vogt back to Delk. Delk has it back to Vogt. Julian Vogt misses the three. I can tell you what, though. This is a different Racer team from the first 3 games, though. Dunbar goes up. He will miss the two. He gets the rebound. He will miss it again. But like I said, this is a different Racer team. They are much more aggressive, and it looks like that they save energy after each quarter. But is it going to be enough? Wren will score, and it's back down to a 1-point advantage. Dunbar back to Gordon. Now it's Dunbar. Back to Lampley. Lampley to Irwin. Here's Grant Irwin. Irwin there. Delk covering. Grant Irwin goes up. He will miss the two. Delk with the rebound. Back to Miller. The Racers have only scored 2 points this quarter, and Ellett will score. The Arrows lead it with 2:40 left in the game. That's still plenty of time, though, for the Racers. Gordon has the ball. Timeout Centerton. The Arrows lead it by 1. I am already seeing right now the Racers. The one thing that is not different with them, they are starting to get tired. This is what the Arrows do best. They heat up late in each game, and they take the win away from each team. That's happened all 3 games so far this season. All 3 games so far this series, not season, but this series has been great. Even with the Husky series. The Husky series was really good in the first 3 quarters. And the Huskies kept it close, but the Arrows were just clutch in the 4th quarter. And I could say the same with the Arrows-Raiders series. That was a good series. The Lafayette Raiders and the Terre Haute Arrows. The Racers, though. The Racers have not been able to keep going. They've lost energy in the 4th quarter. It's been a tough ride in the 4th quarter for these last 3 games. The Arrows are up by 1, though. And the Racers have looked a little bit different tonight. Here we go. All the starters are on the court for both teams. This is gonna get good. Here we go once again. Here from Centerton. Gordon has it. He's going to give it to Dunbar. They need to score quick. Here's Sigmund, back to Gordon. They give it to the guy that can score. Back to Stevenson. Stevenson with a slam. And the Racers retake the lead. This might get down to the nitty-gritty. This might get down to the final seconds. It's the Arrows that have the ball. It's Klavenstein. Klavenstein has the ball now. He looks, goes up, back to Hill. Hill with the slam. And the Arrows retake the lead with 2 minutes left. The one thing that is going for the Arrows, they have been clutch most of the season this season in the 4th quarter late in the going. Stevenson with the slam. Now they're back up by 1. He dunks it on Zach Ellett. Ellett is on a poster as Stevenson dunks it on Ellett. Klavenstein back to Delk. Here's Harvey Delk. Delk has it. The 3-pointer would put them up by 2. Here's Ellett. Zach Ellett misses a 3. It was his chance to be clutch. Sigmund there. Now it's Stevenson. Stevenson to Dunbar. Dunbar has the ball. Covered by Delk. They have a chance to pull away. Dunbar to Lampley. Lampley to Dunbar. Cooper Dunbar. He will miss the 3. They tried to go up by 4 but couldn't. Wren has the ball. Now here's Hill. Hill has it. Hill pass to Klavenstein. Klavenstein has it. Klavenstein has the ball. Passing Wren. Wren to Ellett. Zach Ellett for 3. He is clutch. Ellett for 3. Dunbar has the ball. 43 seconds left. Dunbar looks. Pass to Gordon. Jackson Gordon for 3. And the Racers retake the lead. Timeout, Terre Haute. Gordon trying to make his name known here in the playoffs. Gordon, the guy winning the game for the Racers, up by 1. Back live from the Centerbrook Drive-In Court. It is a 1-point lead for the Racers. That ain't enough, though. Why? The Arrows offense is just clutch. It's just pretty much too clutch. But we have seen how clutch the Racers have been tonight. Wren has it. He gives it to Ellett. Zach Ellett has the ball. Ellett to Wren. Back to Ellett. Now it's Klavenstein. Klavenstein back to Delk. Down to Ellett. Zach Ellett misses a 3. Lampley rebound. Wren will foul. What a game we are watching here tonight. And this is what the fans wanted to see. The other thing that's at stake here is the winning streak for the Arrows. The Arrows have not lost a game in the playoffs. But they're 20 seconds away from doing so. Dunbar is at the line for 2. Here's Dunbar. He goes up. He makes a free throw. I can't tell you what is different in this game with the Racers because I have no idea. They are up by 3 with 20 seconds left. Guys, the finals may not be over yet. We might have a Game 5 in Terre Haute. The Racers still have a chance to win the finals if they can get 4 straight wins. But it's been a good one here tonight. Here we go. 3-point lead. A 3-pointer would tie the game, and it would be probably a timeout by the Racers. We have seen how clutch the Arrows have been, especially late in the going with Zach Ellett. Here is Wren. Wren has the ball. Gives it back to Ellett. Back to Delk. Harvey Delk. Tie game. Timeout Centerton. 17 seconds left. We are tied at 62. And this is exactly what the crowd wanted to see. If you're now joining us, it's been a great game. Tie game in the fourth quarter. The Racers are not giving up. They have been tired out the entire fourth quarter. They've been tired out every game in the fourth quarter. But tonight, it's just different. Stevenson has the ball. He looks. They're gonna hold it. They're gonna try to get the game winner. Here's Stevenson. He has the ball. Jonathan Stevenson will miss, and we have extra basketball. We are going into overtime at the Centerbrook Drive-In Court. Overtime in Game 4. And we welcome you back here to Centerton. Game 4, overtime. Are you kidding me? We are underway in overtime. This overtime is going to get to us. Here is Lampley. Lampley has the ball. Hill covering. Now it's Dunbar. Dunbar to Sigmund. He will score, and the Racers take the lead. It is going to be a battle to see which team can be the most clutch in overtime. Delk has it back to Hill. Isaiah Hill, pass to Wren. Wren has it. Pass to Kloppenstein. Kloppenstein for 3. And the Arrows take the lead. The Arrows won in overtime in the regular season with a game-winning 2 by Ellett against the Huskies. Dunbar misses a 3. Here is Ellett. Gives it to Delk. Harvey Delk for 3. Once again, like I said, the Arrows are clutch. Stevenson has the ball. Covered by Ellett. They need some threes to get back into it. Layden Lampley. He will miss the 3. Wren rebound. Pass to Kloppenstein. Kloppenstein back to Delk. Now here's Kloppenstein again. Back to Wren. Tyler Wren has it. He looks. Back to Hill. Isaiah Hill there. Covered by Lampley. Hill for 2. The Arrows are clutch in overtime. Dunbar pass to Sigmund. Sigmund for 2. It's still a 4-point lead, though, by the Arrows. In a game that was dominated by the Racers, the Arrows now lead it in overtime. Kloppenstein has it. Pass to Delk. Harvey Delk. He is clutch. 73-66. Make that 17 points tonight for Harvey Delk. Now it's Dunbar. Dunbar has the ball. He looks. Pass to Gordon. Jackson Gordon misses a 3. Delk with the rebound. And it looks like that the Racers, their energy is finally depleted. 4 quarters of hard basketball by the Racers, leading to this demise. Flavenstein will score, and once again the Arrows are clutch. They will take the energy away from the Racers. Gordon will score, but that's pretty much it. Flavenstein gives it to Delk. The Arrows have been clutch all season long, and that will continue in Game 4. Hard-fought battle, and the Terre Haute Arrows are now CSKN NBA champions. They will beat the Racers. They sweep the Racers. Led by Zach Ellett and Harvey Delk, the Arrows win the finals. In a hard-fought game, they win it in overtime. This was a game that everybody wanted to see. What a performance by the Arrows. And once again, what a performance by the Racers. Centerton had a chance, and they couldn't finish it. They couldn't capitalize. The Arrows were just too good this season tonight. They continue. They go undefeated in the playoffs. And the Terre Haute Arrows win the CSKN NBA Finals. Champions for the first time in the CSKN NBA. Here we go. Zach Ellett holding up the trophy. Harvey Delk there celebrating with them. Delk now holds the trophy. What a series this was. Man, oh man. What a team. Zach Ellett is your MVP of the finals. What a season by Zach Ellett, and we know for a fact he is staying put in Terre Haute. He can build a team around him. He can go chase another title. Zach Ellett strong this season, but it was Harvey Delk, the clutch, here in Centerton.